Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. It's Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So, today I wanted to do a quick update on Todrick Hall on Celebrity Big Brother Season 3 because there is drama, you guys. He is canceled, all press, allegedly, and potentially is probably going to get doxxed and paid because you're not supposed to cancel your press and your interviews and things of that nature when you're associated with these reality shows. And I know CBS has certain things worked out with certain publications like Us Weekly and like Entertainment Weekly and Parade and bunch of other media outlets, and he is just having a temper tantrum due to the backlash and everything else that is happening. And I don't know what's going on with Miesha. Like, Miesha needs to get and see some of these clips of some of the things that Todrick is saying because they're very problematic, they're very disturbing, and there needs to be accountability. Like, the only thing Todrick can do is apologize and stay off of social media. Like, there's nothing else that he should be doing at this moment. So in addition to that, shout out to Spoiler King again. He is, kind of discussing some of the clips that he watched back. Like, of course, with how cold Todd Bridges was to Todrick Hall with the handshake he kind of dissed him on. And also, so this was about a half an hour ago. So Spoiler King is saying that allegedly Miesha and Todrick firmly believe that the jury and others are exaggerating and that they played the strongest, most respected games. I disagree. Everyone else has basically disagreed at this point, including Cynthia, who's just totally lost on everything. Yeah, somebody's going to have to break everything down to Cynthia because she's lost in the whirlwind of, just coming out of the Big Brother house. So she has no idea. Like, I'm sure Carson's trying to fill her in, but I'm sure she's just probably like mind blown, like what is happening. So she's gonna need some time to decompress and get deprogrammed from all of Todrick's lies before she is able to fully, really digest everything that is happening, because Todrick threw her under the bus like literally right away. But there's a lot of stuff going on. Sharon Tharp, who is the editor over at Us Weekly, who does a lot of the CBS interviews and everything else, and obviously interviews for other celebrities and other publications and networks and so forth. But Miesha apparently is doing a lot of revisionist history, according to her Twitter, and also saying that Miesha spent the bigger part of her interview just doing a lot of defending of Todrick. And I just don't think that that's the right thing to do. Because Todd briefly attempted that, right? He briefly attempted that immediately when he got out of the Big Brother house with that first interview with Julie, and she was trying to be like, she was trying to keep it professional, but she's kind of like, you really want to say that now? And might have a difference of opinion once you see all the receipts that you're not going to be praising Todrick like this in less than 24 hours. And sure enough, immediately when Todd got his phone back, immediately when those clips and things started rolling in, he had a totally different energy. But it is just a lot. I don't like the approach that Miesha is taking out the gate, trying to lie, trying to make up things and things of that nature, and trying to protect Todrick when literally the whole world feels a certain type of way. And this is what I mean when you cast people who are not familiar with the show. Miesha didn't even know who Paul was when Todrick made the comment that he was getting pauled, and she was completely clueless. All she knew because of her background was to basically win competitions. That's the extent of what she knew. But she doesn't understand that we have access to 24/7 live feeds, and by the time they start cutting the feeds, they have already said too much damaging things for there to be a point of any return. And it's just, I'm not surprised that Miesha is taking this approach. But it's just very aggravating because Sharon basically said Miesha spent the first half of our interview defending Todrick, hopes people will give him a chance. That's going to be a negative. She's very confused. She admits she may have said some things about Shayna, but doesn't seem to understand what was wrong. 10 minutes was not enough time with her. Really? See, this is what I mean. You spent way more than 10 minutes discussing Shayna, for that. Because you slut shamed her, you called her all these things, you, tried to come at her like she was a dumb blonde and didn't know anything and didn't know the game, and that you had no respect for her because she comes from a background where people are focused on their looks. And it's like, well, hello, that's part of the pageant experience, but it's not just about looks. It's about community service. It's about making a difference in the world. It's not just about makeups and gowns and bikinis. And the irony and the audacity and the nerve for Miesha to come for Shayna when her new photos are being released on the Twitters as we speak. Like, it's just too, like, if you are going to throw rocks, can you at least, like, not be a hypocrite? Can you at least do that? Like, if you're gonna throw shots like that, can you have a squeaky clean image yourself before you're just gonna go out here and slut shame other people like this? Because it's a little disturbing. It is a little bit disturbing. So a few more things from, both Spoiler King as well as Sharon. This is just embarrassing. This is just very embarrassing. And also, Spoiler Girl, another lie, alleging and saying that Chris Kattan was banned and blacklisted from CBS. Really? Because he definitely, pulled up a chair at tonight's live finale. So again, stop it, Spoiler Girl. So then some people are asking Spoiler King some questions in terms of, they are a little turned off with Grodner's obsession with Miesha. And basically they wanted to know if production convinced Todrick into, manipulating Carson into getting out Shayna rather than Miesha. And basically, Spoiler King confirms, which it was pretty obvious. The veto was rigged against Shayna, but no, it wasn't production's idea to point her to go after Carson. After he won HOH. So they didn't even see, production wasn't even going to see Cynthia and Carson trying to fall for that. So, but yeah, basically she had help. Miesha had help because, like I said, she's not familiar with the game. Production let her know she needs to know her day. She needs to know certain facts. And like I said, that HOH competition looked mad sus tonight. It looked very sus tonight. So it is just it's all bad, you guys. It is all bad. It is very embarrassing. And I just can't. So, but I hope that Sharon can redirect some of the noise and some of the energy, because I am very disturbed. I am very disturbed at what Miesha is going to say. And if she is really going to devote the bulk of her interview into defending Todrick, then we've got bigger problems at bay here. Because she basically is just diminishing this into maybe 10 minutes of her saying bad things about Shayna when you've been in the whole house for the past month and have had plenty to say about Shayna since day one. And she was going to be your target had she not made a deal with you. Because that's how obsessed you were with her from the beginning. So it is just wild. And so also Cynthia spoke with Sharon, because everybody's doing their press and their post-show interviews except for Todrick. Temper tantrum Todrick. So Sharon says the following. She says, "I really like Cynthia. I think she's sweet, but I'm disappointed that she seemed to double down on comments made about Shayna's appearance in the house." Oh no! Oh no, Cynthia! No! This isn't Real Housewives, girl. This is not Real Housewives. This is not a reunion special coming up to where you can do some more dragging with Andy Cohen. No, Cynthia. No. So she says, like I said, Cynthia did say she owes Shayna an apology, but she said something along the lines that she wouldn't dress like that around the house with men when she's married. Watch my interview tomorrow for exact quotes. OMG, this is going to be a hot mess. Oh man. And so also a few more things about Cynthia. She told Sharon, from Us Weekly, that she's slowly learning things and still needs to catch up on why everybody is anti-Todrick. She says she owes Shayna Moakler an apology as well. And yeah, it is just, oh man, I can't wait to see these interviews, you guys. I cannot wait. I don't know about you, but it sounds like it is a mess tonight. It is an absolute mess tonight. And CBS had a gold mine. They should have did a 2-hour. Really, they should have just did a 3-hour finale if we're keeping it a buck. They literally could have spent several segments on each of the jurors getting their jabs in at Todrick, specifically referencing things that he said about them, about their family, about their appearance, about their looks, slut shaming, him trying to play the gay card, play the black card, as if that was his only identity, that the only thing that is about him is his race and his sexuality. And he was doing it both against black people as well as against the white people in the house. Like, he was just coming for everybody with all of these insults, and he tried it again tonight in his speech on why he felt he should win. And it's just a hot mess. So I wonder how things are going with the cookout right now, because I knew they did their finale party and everything else in LA, but I just wonder what the vibe is like. Because isn't Todrick supposed to be having an after party as well? Or did that get canceled? Because he's canceled. So, but this is very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. So we will see what happens. We will see if Todrick ever does do any post-season interviews, but I'm gonna need Miesha to have a reality check. She was in a lot of those conversations that Todrick was having, a lot of the slander and defamatory things that Todrick was saying about his castmates, and I don't care whether you like Shayna. If the whole world all agrees on something, that somebody is an issue and that somebody is saying and doing problematic things, and your first instinct is to go into defense mode for them just because you're happy that their bad behavior got you the $250K, like, no. Here's the thing. You can hold your friends accountable. You can hold people you like accountable if they said wrong, if they did something wrong. It is not the end of the world. But for her to double down and for her to not even own things that she said is just really, this is why we did not want this final two. This is why we did not want Miesha to win. This is why we did not want Todrick to win or even be in one of the final two chairs, because we knew how they were going to behave after the show ended. And they have not disappointed thus far in how awful they've been. So here we are. So, I'm still upset about the AFP vote, you guys. Like, that really just took the cake. I already was prepared for Miesha to win because it was just obvious from day one that that's who they wanted. But the whole AFP thing of just rigging it against Shayna and Lamar is just completely and utterly uncalled for. You get rewarded $25,000 for apologizing. Where is Shayna's money for all of the pain and suffering she had to deal with? Where's Lamar's money while, people are trying to come for his sobriety, where Todrick and his mom are, coming for Lamar Odom and coming for, his previous addiction issues? Where's the energy for that? Because Carson wasn't completely innocent. Like, I like Carson, but again, everybody needs to be held accountable. He was not always nice in that house. People can talk about honesty and integrity all they want to, but if we're being honest, if we're having integrity, you are rewarding somebody who played a part in the slut shaming, in discussing what Shayna had on, or if it was too tight, or if it was too revealing, and this and that. You were right there. You even led one of the conversations, Carson. You led that conversation on the couch with, I think Todd was there, Lamar was there, and I want to say Todrick, and maybe somebody else was there, where you led the conversation talking about it. And you get rewarded $25K for that? Oh, no, 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 no. But this is, again, this is my issue with these networks. They support misogyny. They support racism. So here we are. Of course they're not going to give Shayna the $25K, but they'll give it to Carson, who is a white man, and all he had to do was apologize. That's the issue, you guys. That is my issue at hand. This is the issue. Too much racism still, and there's too much misogyny. Way too much misogyny. And until Grodner, or there's like a new regime for Big Brother production and everything else, this is going to continue. This is going to continue. Because rumors are another racist, Jackson Mitchie, is alleged to be on the CBS Challenge spinoff. And allegedly was told to rehab his image, so that's why he's been off social media for a while. And he was randomly going to places that, frequently have a lot of diversity, and was eating, soul food and everything else with black people taking pictures and video. Like it was the first time he was around black people before. It was a hot mess. It was all a hot mess, but an obvious PR thing, like, hey, I like black people too type of thing. And it was just a hot mess. It was a complete and utter hot mess. So those are all of my thoughts. Like I said, it sounds like these interviews are going to drop later at some point Thursday. So technically later today, depending on where you guys are at, what part of the country you guys are at. But I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see the foolishness that is going to be the top three's interviews. Well, really the top two, because I forgot. Todrick doesn't have one right now. He does not have any press right now. So, but here's my issue with Todrick, and then I'm going to wrap things up here. My issue with Todrick is you had, the balls, the energy to say all these nasty things and these disgusting things about all of your castmates in the house. You didn't care. You were going to own everything you said. And the minute you do not like the reaction the jury has to you, and you don't like the reaction that the public has to you, even though production has been warning you when they weren't supposed to, that this wasn't a good look, that you were not going to be, received well, even though they were still giving you basically a decent edit, boy, you had a lot of things that you said and did that were wrong in the house that went beyond gameplay, that had nothing to do with gameplay. What does Chris Kirkpatrick and how he is as a father have to do with him playing Celebrity Big Brother? What does Shayna, whatever she's wearing or chooses not to wear, have to do with her playing Celebrity Big Brother? And that's what I mean. And you said all this nonsense, and then you can't take the heat, so you hide in your dressing room all night? And now you've employed, Miesha to now be your mouthpiece. Like, isn't that the irony? You were her mouthpiece all season. Now she's trying to be your mouthpiece and do PR for you. So hopefully somebody gets in her ear and tells her, Mish, like stop it. Shut it down, because this is not your fight, and you have your own stuff to own up to as well. So this is not going well. For the final two, the top two of this season. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew they were going to double down or try to have some revisionist history and not own the things they said and they did, and try to make it all seem that it was all gameplay. It is not gameplay talking about somebody's parenting skills or how they dress or making allegations about them or discussing other people's finances as a reason that they should or shouldn't go further in the game, when that has nothing to do with anything. Who cares how much somebody makes? They're here to play a game. So who cares if you went into the house broke or you went into the house rich? It's not about that. It is about how well you played the game and if you can get yourself to the end to win the prize. But again, it was all this nitpicking. It was all of these personal attacks. and everything else that was taking place that was just too much. Calling Todd and Lamar homophobic, coming for black people, like it was just all a mess. It was all a mess. And then you tried to be right in their face, when you came out, and they're like, no, we don't want to deal with you because we saw what you said, and it's a no. And it's a no. And you know you weren't kidding. No, things weren't edited funny. No. Your edit has been fine on the show. You actually have been getting probably the best edit behind Miesha. Even with the problematic things that you've said, you're still getting a far better edit than most of the cast did. So, but I am just very disturbed. I am just very disturbed that Miesha is taking this approach. I wish Cynthia would take a step back and really look at all the footage, because Todrick came for her as well, so that she can see that this guy was not her friend, and basically he just used her to make things look good. But he said all this crap about a cookout 2.0, and that he didn't want to lose to a white woman, and that he didn't want to take a white woman to final 2, only to lose in a landslide against a white woman when it was all said and done. But again, kept, being a hypocrite, kept saying one thing and doing the opposite. And now all of those things that you've said, now everybody else who we've known for the past month, but now everybody else is knowing, like you, Miesha, and Cynthia, and now you guys are trying to double down on it. No. So yeah, I don't think things between Cynthia and Shayna are going to resolve anytime soon. It sounds like she needs to have another conversation with Carson, because she apparently has not seen enough footage in terms of, what really went down and what was said about her from the people she's going hard in the paint for. So that's a whole nother thing. But let me know your guys' thoughts. I mean, it is just nonstop drama right now. So let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think? Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.